Now, it's the first day of Sassa's October pay cycle, and millions of beneficiaries are anxiously waiting to see if they will get their money. Postbank in KwaZulu-Natal has already urged grant recipients to collect their money from ATMs and retail stores. Now, authorities are saying there's insufficient cash to make payments after cash delivery delays. eNCA's Hloni Mtimkulu standing by with details of what's happening today. Hloni, just maybe give us an update there from your side about the situation.
Yeah, Baron, so we are back at the Lenasia Post Office. We were here earlier this morning just to sort of see what is happening given what happened last month, and initially the recipients or the beneficiaries that came in were allowed in. The post office opened when it did, and recipients were allowed in. At the time that we left, because we then went to Shawela to go find out what was happening, recipients had not yet been paid, and that must have been around 10 o'clock or 9:30 up to 10 o'clock. The recipients had not been paid here. We did go to Shawela, and there everything was working well. There were lines, but we spoke to a few people who said that they had received their funding. One or two said the missing amount from last month they hadn't yet received, but things were working well. We did come back here to Lenasia, and there may be a few issues, I think, because we know that a few recipients have come to us and spoken to us and just said that they have not received their funding. Some have received it, but we know that there are a few because they're being told that the system is offline or there is some other issue. So I am going to speak to or bring in the spokesperson of Sassa just to maybe give us an update in terms of what is going on around the places in the province where you have been.
Good morning, and thanks for having me, Hloni. I think what we can say as an organization is that currently we are satisfied that the system is very stable. We have made interaction with other provinces, and the report that we have been getting is that beneficiaries of social grants are getting their pay. Even here, we just came and we were told that things are going well so far. And look, I think we basically want to apologize for the mishap or the misunderstanding which happened this morning. We also understand that the branch manager is not a communicator, he's an operational manager, and he might have misinterpreted certain things. But we basically apologize, and we spoke to him, and I think going forward we'll handle things properly.
So I didn't even want to touch on that, but the branch manager, this wasn't the first time we were intimidated by them. We had SAPS called on us, we had private security called on us, but that's one thing. I just want to talk about the people that are here today. We're being told by people here that have been here since 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, that some of them have not been paid and are still waiting. And I know from what you're getting, everything is going okay. So can you just maybe try and understand what is going on then?
We have interacted with the branch, and so far we know that whoever is here is going to be paid. But we also say perhaps anybody who picks up a problem, they must be raised with us. We also know we have got an assurance as well from the post office and post bank that if there were some glitches or there were mistakes in terms of payment last month or in August, that should be sorted out. The same way, like if you have a problem with your account, you are able to go to the branch and resolve it. We have been given an assurance that the matter will be resolved.
Okay, so I still think, so I know some of the people that we're seeing on our left were there since this morning. What is happening with those recipients? How are they not receiving their funding?
We are here to monitor the situation. If we pick up problems, we'll definitely raise it with our counterparts. That is why we are going to be here and to make sure that we stay until the last person is being sorted out. That is why we are saying if there's any problem which is being picked up on the queue, we think it's only fair that it must be raised with the branch management so that they can intervene and resolve it immediately.
We'll check with them. Just in terms of the KZN situation, was there no way of anticipating that today was the first day of the permanent grants being paid? And just why was there a delay in terms of getting the cash to certain pay points?
There's no delay per se. What they interacted with the various stakeholders to indicate that the card is working. Perhaps there was a shortage of cash in terms of transporting cash to post offices and so forth, and we agreed with them. Whereas where there is the infrastructure availability. People are able to access their grants in the merchants. If those who want to go to the ATMs, they are able to go to the ATM. The good thing is that there is money available in the cards and people are able to access it.
Okay, so I'm trying to get to the statement that you sent this morning, or that Postbank sent this morning. And I'm trying to understand, on the morning of people are being told to go somewhere else, was there no way of anticipating that today is the day, let's try and make sure that this runs as seamless as possible, especially given what happened in September? And yesterday we were still hearing people who were saying that I still don't have all my money.
They may have to interact with people who are doing transporting the cash, but I'm sure you know that Postbank can explain better. What we are interested in is to make sure that the beneficiaries of Sassa, because these are our beneficiaries, that they get access to their money. Hence, we indicated to them this morning when they indicated that there was an issue of transporting cash. There may be something that I may not say here publicly because are issues of security, especially on issues of cash handling. And perhaps they can explain better, but we said to them, as long as they can do two things. One, they can make sure that there's communication, because we were not happy last month that people would leave their places, go to post office or wherever, and then they don't get money. So we said to them, please make sure that you work on the issues of communication, which they did. But secondly, we said, as long as there's money in the account of people, because people can use the infrastructure availability. They don't have to go to a post office if there's no money. They can go to Boxer, they can go to Checkers, they can go to other infrastructure available to them to make sure that they access their money.
Okay, I don't think we're going to agree on this, just because we have a communication that was sent out at 6:30 this morning, or just after 6:30 this morning, to the media, that message reached the recipients in KZN to say, don't go to the post office because we have this issue, So what happens to those people? We've had people again here who say, we haven't been told last month this happened, we weren't told, we arrived here and we think we're going to get our money and it's not there. It can't be okay that has happened from Postbank side. And what is Sassa going to do in terms of that?
Look, I think we must just agree that the matter of cash problem is in KZN. It's not here in Gauteng. If me and you agree, then we can go to the next question. The issue here is that we have an engagement with Post Office, and Postbank in particular. They have assured us that the money will be in the people's account. And we said, in case you experience a problem with regard to the issues of cash, you need to make sure that you communicate, and they've done that. But secondly, they are actually in post offices all over KZN, so that in case people did not get the information, there can be officials on the ground to interact with the beneficiaries. And here, if I've just explained that here, if there is a problem of any beneficiary, the matter must be raised with us, they must be raised with the post office management to make sure that the issue gets resolved, and it gets resolved immediately. But from where we are happy that the system is not experiencing problems as compared to what happened the previous month. And I think we must appreciate if there is an effort, and if things are not, if things are going smoothly, we must not also look for problems where there are none.
Yeah, I think what you're saying and what the statement from Postbank said are maybe two different things. But just, I know that the Human Rights Commission had said that you had updated them on possible penalties or just possible action against Postbank, given what happened last month, and you are looking into that. I know you had also said the same thing to us, that you're looking into possible penalties. Will any action be taken against Postbank for what happened last month?
We can give you that information free of charge to you when anybody does not implement in terms of the service level agreement. Penalty clause gets activated, and that's what we have been doing. If there are problems and people don't live according to the service level agreement, as an organization we are left with no option but to make sure that the penalty clause are implemented, and I think I'm on record on that matter. But we think that we need to make sure that the rights of the beneficiaries are protected at all costs, because at the end of the day, these are beneficiaries of the South African Social Security Agency.
Okay, thank you so much. much, Mr. Letsatsi. So, Baron, that was the spokesperson of Sassa, just trying to understand what has happened today, especially in KZN, around that communique that beneficiaries should go to retailers instead of post offices, because that message does say that post offices anticipate that there will not be enough cash available for them. And if that message was communicated to recipients or beneficiaries in time, we got that communique just after 6:30 this morning. And then also saying that, I mean, we've seen people that approached us when we got here to say that we've been sitting here for a while and we've just been told that there's a problem. But on their end, again, they're saying that everything is going okay. So again, I don't know if there's a miscommunication, there's a disconnect in terms of that, or if we just meant to believe what officials are saying. But we do have people that have said that they've arrived here and they initially were meant to get their money, and then when they got to the front, then they were told brought to the side, and they don't understand why that's happening. I think that's the big thing, that they don't understand what is going on as well. So besides us being here, it's the fact that recipients themselves don't understand. Some of them don't understand what's going on. As I said earlier, Shawela, we were there, and recipients, they have been paid. So hopefully that will kind of spread across other parts of the province, Baron.
All right, thank you so much for that update, eNCA's Hloni Mtimkulu.